hello. We're back. It's the Paul Adams Show, and we're certainly glad that you've joined us today to watch this. I know that there's millions of fans out there who have been missing the Paul Adams Show, and I appreciate all the fan mail that we've been getting, keeping the mailman very, very busy. I was rushed away to an undisclosed location to be hidden away during COVID for my own protection because I have been declared a national treasure. Some people think there's a bunker underneath Mount Rushmore, and I'll have to tell you that I can neither confirm nor deny that I was hidden away there. And so we're really glad that you're here. We're going to have a very special interview. We have a star with us today, and I thought, where can we interview Glenda DeFord, being the big star that she is, that would be just the right place. And I thought, well, we'll go out to the Hollywood sign in California. And so we loaded up the Paul Adams Show jet with all of my staff. And who did you bring?
I brought my minions, my people.
Your people.
And they're out there.
And so everybody's here so that we can have this very special interview today. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me. I've feel privileged, and actually you should feel privileged too.
I do. And I know this has been a lifelong dream for her, and I'm glad that we can make that happen today. You've had a lot of careers, and some exciting careers.
Yes.
And beyond careers, just things and interests that you've done with your life. Tell me about some of those.
Well, I was a junior high home ec teacher. That's always exciting.
Home economics.
Home
that
economics,
is exciting.
which they don't even have, and the school I graduated from at IU does not exist. Nevertheless, I still have the skills, and I whipped you up that little mask that you've got.
Oh, yes. I laid it down
yeah,
here.
You laid it down. I guess you still care about it. You laid it down. I'll look over that. Anyway, I taught junior high at Edgewood Junior High for about 8 years, and then I went. There it is. Let's see if you got it on right.
Oh, I put it on wrong, and she corrected me earlier. Is that right?
No, it's upside down.
Upside down. Well,
he'll get it.
It's beautiful. It's a St. Louis Cardinals mask. I love it.
Yeah. So anyway,
home economics is exciting.
Yeah, that's cooking and sewing at the time, and then I went into real estate and sold houses, and you know, some houses are haunted. Did you know that?
I didn't know houses were haunted. Tell me.
They are. Sometimes you just know it's a bad house. Maybe I just didn't like them.
Maybe you didn't.
It could be. Anyway, did that, and then I went into mortgage lending, and that was fun, unless the people didn't get their loan, but that rarely happened. But I enjoyed that, and decided I wasn't a math idiot. That was always in my background. I didn't think I was very smart, but I was pretty smart, actually.
Well, that's fantastic.
I know. Every now and then, some skills just come up.
You went to college and got a degree in the home economics. You taught that.
Yeah.
You sold houses and you helped get mortgages. And
and then I went to work for the other university, Purdue University, as a extension educator, and down in Lawrence County, and that's where I live because that's where they wanted me to live. And we live in the cozy house in the woods, and I just kind of hang out there.
So you live way out in the woods, don't you?
Well, it feels like it.
Probably being out here in Hollywood is a big change for you.
Yeah, I really, the bright lights and everything, it's almost too much for me. It really is.
I can understand. Now, tell me about your star power that you've developed.
Oh, yes. Well, I always like the spotlight. And I appreciate that you've got this all set up for me, because I do feel like this is not everyone's treatment.
Right.
And,
I try to stay out of the spotlight, but I understand.
Yeah, I know how hard you do that. Yeah. And anyway, I decided that I was going to try things, because I know this sounds stupid, but I didn't want to be laying dead in my coffin and saying, I wish I'd have done this, I wish I'd have done that.
Well, sure.
And so I took a class in stand-up comedy and loved it. And our graduation was to perform, and I was hooked, and I loved the spotlight, and I loved it. And I kept doing it, and I was in the contest last year and did pretty well, and still would do it. The COVID has cramped my style.
A lot of us, yeah.
I'm working on new material, although there's a lot that's really not funny right now, and I don't talk about politics or religion, body parts. Uh, that's pretty much. I have my limits.
Sure.
So anyway, it's fun, and I like designing programs. I do public speaking, and I've always done that. And one of my favorite programs I did for some groups was called Kitchen Dances, Cookbook Stories. Only the pots and pans know what's in store, and that's about family stories, and that's kind of one of my favorite things to do. And so I've been writing my family stories for the last 8 years, and more memories have come up. Some good, some not so good, but if I die, they're in a crate. Just so you know, they're in a crate, and it's labeled The Collected Works of Glenda Truesdel DeFord, and never to be published. And people will go, what is she doing? But the people that know me go, yeah, that's her.
Well, that's great. You've really had quite a life. I know there's a lot of other things that we could share, but we unfortunately have a limited time today. You have so many interesting things to talk about. Might I invite you to come back another time to be on the worldwide sensation, The Paul Adams Show?
Yes, I will send you a contract, and it's very simple. I don't ask for much, and I think it'd be lovely. I'd like to come back.
I'm sure we can work out a deal with a standard rate that we pay all of our interviews.
That'd be great. I love it.
Sounds great.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we're so glad that you're watching today. We hope to have more Paul Adams shows coming up as we go along. And I know that all of you internationally who watch the Paul Adams Show enjoy these, and I'm sorry that we've not been able to do as many recently, but keep watching for more and more. Thank you for being with us today.
Well, thank you.
Join us again next time for the Paul Adams Show starring...
Paul Adams.
She got it!